Alright YouTube, what is going on guys? How are you doing? Welcome back to another video, the second tutorial I guess on the David Hammond Visuals YouTube channel. What is going on? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys enjoyed that last video. If you have not checked it out, I will link it up above here. That was all on how to shoot better commercials as a photographer, a videographer, primarily a videographer, but you know, photo and video, it's kind of the same concept more or less. So really hope you enjoyed that. Anyways though, as I was recording that and I made this little setup here, super simple, it kind of inspired me literally the second after to make a video on this. And with that, I'm going to be uploading or inserting a few Instagram clips. You guys can check me on Instagram, by the way, too, David Hammond Visuals, as that's where the inspiration came from. So guys, that is, or this video is on my minimalist, super simple YouTube filming setup, okay? And now I know I only made one video beforehand, but nonetheless, I want to show you guys what this setup is, but more so how you guys as creators, as YouTubers, videographers, etc., can really make something out of nothing, okay? I was really blown away by how simple this was and how it all came together so effortlessly and seamlessly despite having all this crazy gear. Like, I don't have all these fancy studio lights, I don't have a crazy camera, like it's just super basic run and gun, and I want to show you guys how you can do the same. So we're going to break this video down into four main sections. That is number 1, lighting, number 2, audio, number 3, camera, and then number 4, plus. Plus will be like composition, you know, props, background, etc, etc. So let's get straight to it so you guys can create a super minimal setup like this wherever you go as well. Alright, so number 1 guys, this is lighting. Now for lighting, I literally have just this window right here. I'm in my room, I'm not in a studio, I'm nothing crazy, and I have this window here. Now the reason this one window is working fine and it's all I need is not necessarily because of the window itself, but it's what you as the videographer, the creator, what you do with that window, okay? So super simple guys, I am using this window as, or to create a more of a split slash Rembrandt lighting. That's what they call it in the videography world. What that means is, if you can look at my face, okay, the window lighting is coming to me at a side. It is not coming to me front lit on. If I were to go like this, okay, move like this, now this is front lighting. Now there's not necessarily anything wrong with front lighting, but it can be a bit more boring and just, you know, kind of just dull, okay, because everything is the exact same exposure on your face. Well, with split lighting, or more of a Rembrandt lighting, that's what they call it, simply because the painter, a painter name, I can't remember his first name, but something Rembrandt, he would always draw his paintings with a certain style, so they've called it that. That is Rembrandt lighting, where the lighting, where if you can just simply, if your main source is coming here, simply just turn a little bit to the side, it creates this nice shadow on your face here, where this side is very well lit, but this is a bit of shadow and has a little tiny triangle you can see here. That's what they call Rembrandt lighting, and you guys can all do this regardless of where you're at, whatever camera you have. You can shoot this on an iPhone. Window lighting is free. It's pretty much anywhere. You can go anywhere and you can make it work, okay? So what I would encourage you guys, wherever you are, is just, if you have your window, instead of being directly in front of it and filming, maybe just go a little bit to the side, use that Rembrandt or split lighting, and you will create a much more dramatic, pleasing effect, as you guys can see here. All right, so let's now move on to audio, part 2. This will be a super simple video. Audio guys, now this is where it gets a bit more complicated, but still, nonetheless, it won't be crazy. I have a shotgun mic attached to a boom pole, which runs to my Zoom, and there's the camera. Now, here's what you guys can do, okay? You can use your little microphone on top of your camera, whatever shotgun mic you have, and you can keep it on your camera, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, this right here is a shotgun mic. It's not a fancy, you know, Rode NTG $1,000 microphone. This is a $60, $70 mic that I use on my camera. The only reason I'm putting it on a boom pole here is so it can be a bit closer to me, and that's what I recommend to you guys. If you guys are filming or shooting, regardless of the camera, regardless of the microphone, just try to make sure you keep your microphone decently close to you, okay? Sorry, that was my phone. Let me shut that off. There we go. Sorry. Anyways, so my only tip, guys, regardless of your camera or your microphone, is just to make sure it is close to you. And now, as a rule of thumb, guys, I always say to you as creators or videographers or filmmakers, whatever name you want to give it, you want to keep your audio source no further than 3 feet away from you. So this right here, this mic right here, it's literally right above here. So if I were to gauge, that would probably be about 1.5 feet away from me, okay? 1 foot to 1.5 feet away. That's it. Now, you do not need a boom pole. I understand it may be a bit obsolete. You can keep it on your camera. Just make sure your camera then is no further than 3 feet away from you. My camera right now, due to the lens and the setup I'm using to capture everything, it's definitely further. It's more like if I'm to guess, 4.5 to 5 feet away from me. So if I kept it on there, it just wouldn't sound as good. So if you don't have a boom pole, then maybe get creative. Find a way where you can attach your little microphone onto like a little tripod close to you, or take it off your camera, it was still plugged in. And like I've literally done this on shoots before, where like the mic was because you have to keep in mind there's a bit of cord, right? It was plugged in the camera, and I literally like held it or placed it on something so it would be closer to my source. And I know tons of people who do this, okay? Just because your mic is on your camera doesn't mean it has to stay on your camera. I guarantee you, honestly, you can even hold it just under you like this and no one will be able to see, or just place it somewhere as long as it's within 3 feet, okay? So we can all do this. I don't care what camera you have, what mic you have, we can all do this. We can all use window lighting, and we can all bring a mic within 3 feet with us so it can sound great, okay? Otherwise, you know, it's not going to sound the best. And finally, guys, part 3 of this super simple video, we're just talking about camera, okay? Now, that kind of ties back onto the first one, which is lighting. Your camera, again, I don't care if you have an iPhone, I don't care if you have an expensive camera, this camera, whatever. A lot of the shot for how it's going to look, it is where you position your camera, okay? And now this kind of ties on to part 4, which is props and settings and things like that. Just be aware of where you place your camera, okay? And what I mean by that is your camera way up here? Is it way down there? Is it dead in front of you? Is it super close? Is it super far? Like, these are all things you're gonna have to experiment with. Personally, what I chose to do is I chose to keep the camera a little further. This is why I kept the mic on here. So because it's a little further, I can get more of my body. It can get the entire background in. Like, these are all things that you really want to keep in mind, opposed to if I were just to keep the camera, I know you can't hear me, but if I were to keep the camera way up close, it would then cut out the entire background. Like, these are all things we can decide and determine for ourselves. So if you're shooting with an iPhone, maybe instead of keeping your iPhone all the way at the other end of the room, maybe bring it a little closer, or instead of like just holding your iPhone, maybe just put it on a little tripod a little further from you. You know, these are all things we can set up, again, regardless of your camera, just where you position and place your camera, you know? And maybe you do want your camera really far. Maybe you do want your camera on a high shelf and you're looking up. Maybe you do want it down low and you're talking, but just, I guess what I'm saying, you know, put a bit more effort or be a bit more aware of why you're putting your camera there, instead of just being like, oh yeah, my camera here, that's fine. Like, no. Make sure it looks cool. Is it far enough? Is it close enough? Etc. Okay, so play with it, which again is super simple and will depend on your scenario. And finally, guys, let's talk on section 4, part 4, which is just plus or background. That, guys, is finally, again, these all kind of mesh and tie together. If you're filming something in an area, I don't care if you're at a hotel, you're at an Airbnb, you know, we're very nomadic, right? And you just want a cool little setup. Just be aware of, like, what's behind you. Like, are you in a kitchen? Is this the right talk to be in a kitchen? Maybe you should be in a family room. Is it the right talk to be in a family room? Maybe you should be out in the balcony in the backyard. Like, just be aware of what's behind you, what's in your surroundings. Like, is it super busy? Is there a bunch of traffic? Well, then maybe don't film there. You know, is it a blank, ugly wall? Well, then maybe go to a wall that has a bit more texture. For me, myself, again, keeping it super simple, I just put 2 little props here and a desk. That's it. Like, I'm not saying you guys have to get crazy, but just put, trust me, man, if you just put a little 10% effort into a little shot, it can make it look so much cooler. Beforehand, it was just this shelf and these weren't here. They were just kind of scattered along my desk. And I said, yo, like, why don't I just put my gimbal on that side and then just my cameras on that side? And I did, and then, like, that's it. It's so simple. And what that does for my shot personally is it creates a bit of symmetry. It creates a bit of depth and symmetry where you're now looking at me as the main focal point, where these are kind of like borders and gates, okay? Which, again, we can all do. You know, maybe in your shot that means take 2 seconds and set it up. If you're in your kitchen, I would literally do this with many shots. You know, not all the shots, but yeah, if I can find the clip, I'll actually put it up. In one of my full days of eating videos, I knew I was doing a talking section, so it took 2 seconds with me being right there. I put like a sriracha bottle right here and like some like pickle jar or like water jug right here. So it created a bit of symmetry and depth. So in your shot, wherever you're at with your little filming location, just move a couple things around, you know? You don't have to, and I don't always. It depends on the scenario and the situation, but it does, it's very quick. You know, move a couple things in the back, clean it up a little bit, just position a couple of things, and that literally can, like, it can do wonders for your shot. Trust me. Okay, I mean, again, guys, this is it. Like my bed's messy. You can't really see that. There's nothing crazy. I have a window, a mic, a $60 mic, and my dresser. That's it. And it looks pretty freaking cool. So I want to finish it there, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope this was able to help or inspire some of you guys as photographers or videographers or filmmakers or creators. just how to be more run and gun as a filmmaker or a creative, and use your surroundings to your advantage, opposed to feeling like you're a victim and like you can't film because it's just like, believe me, like my room is not crazy at all. Like I'll take a little video for you guys right here. Okay, so there's my camera, there's my mic. Look at my room, okay? I got like, and I even have crap back there. Okay, like I have 4 blank walls. Like that's it. Like literally, like dude, there is nothing crazy about this at all. And I say this because I do not want you guys to use this excuse of I don't have a nice place to film, or I don't have good lighting, or I don't have a good audio, I can't make videos. And that's bullshit. That is straight BS. Like, do not give me that. If I'm making this in my room and I'm making this look pretty decent, you have no reason. And we're moving. This is why my room is so blank, okay? So I hope this is able to help you guys, and I really do. And yeah, that's it. So be sure to give it a like, guys, subscribe, comment down below what videos you guys want to see more of. Again, this channel, David Hammond Visuals, is all in photography and videography related. You know, we'll speak of everything, like the business side of it, more of the technicality side of it, like just all this stuff, okay? But my main goal with this channel, why I made this channel, is because I want to be a resource and I want to help you guys with the tools and tactics that I feel I did not get myself starting off about 4 years ago. Because believe it or not, I don't think, and even to this day, I don't think there are a ton of great resources out there for photo and video. I just don't. You know, I had to learn all this stuff by myself through trial and error, scratch, screwing up, hours on hours on hundreds, if not thousands of videos. Like, so if I can be that resource and help you get there a little bit faster, then it's all worth it to me. So I will finish it there, guys. As a little plug, if you guys are interested, you can check out the photo video course down below. It's a free half-an-hour course I've built myself, which takes one section of each of my 6 in-depth hour-and-a-half long courses, which is the commercial course, the documentary course, the short film course, the music video course, the outdoor photography course, the outdoor videography course. These are all my main mega courses. I've taken a section from each and I've compiled it into a free course for you guys to get a good taste of all of them, but just to give you some value. So if that sounds good to you, definitely go check it out. First link down below. And if you'd like to purchase a course afterwards, which are all extremely affordable, then go ahead, I know they will help, but if you don't, then at least you got the free course, and, we'll finish it there. So thanks, guys. Much love. Hope it helped. Talk to you guys in the next video. And with that, much love. Peace.